Girls having guy best friends. I don't personally can it work, right? Like, do you think it's fine? For me personally, no shot.
Do you think a girl and a guy can be best friends?
Can girls and guys ever just be friends with no romantic links?
Of course, I mean, we're all interconnected at the end of the day, you know, brothers, sisters, lovers, simple as that, you know.
Before you answer that, let me make sure the camera is recording. I'm special, I'm the star. Call me Beyonce. Y'all need boundaries.
Let me first get that look, the cool look, you know.
Even me. Is this cool? I hope it's cool.
Grace, glorious Grace.
Grace. I have Grace here again for my other video. For our other video.
Our guys.
Let's just get deep. Let's go straight into it.
Yep.
So what would you describe boundaries are to you?
I wouldn't call it a wall, because every time I used to think boundaries, I used to hear the word boundaries. I was like, you know what? It's a wall. Now I think it's just like it's like something you put, like
English left it right.
English left me, guys. Okay, something you
yeah.
put like between yourself and that person to be.
It's like guarding yourself.
Yeah, it's like guarding yourself, but also more
Guarding
like
them.
the other person.
Yeah.
Because I used to think it's more of like, oh, it's something I put between a relationship to kind of like protect myself from this and this and that. Actually, it was me. I think I was quite selfish before, because it used to be about me. I was be like, oh, I don't wanna get into that conversation with this guy, because you know,
I wanna guard myself.
I don't want my heart to be broken.
Yeah. Same.
Of course, there are certain responsibilities you have when you are in a certain kind of relationship with someone.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
There are responsibilities. Actually, I'll call it that.
Yeah.
It's our responsibility. Boundaries are responsibilities.
Like, I think in our generation, that's not. I think actually it's not in our
it's not
generation.
respected in a
Like
sense.
it's not like there's no responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm your friend. I can talk to you however I want,
and do whatever I want.
and you can do however you want.
And like, for example, for girls now, you know, you find instead of having to, you know, understand this person where they're coming from, put a safe boundary with them and just move on. You know, you decide to just cut them off just because you can. You're like, I can get another friend if I want. You don't care. You don't really care.
And honestly, that looks very Christian. It sounds like it's a Christian thing. I was guarding my heart.
Yeah.
But what's happening with the other person? Like, have you left him him or her in the right person?
Yeah.
Have you left him in a pastor's hand with a friend? You just left them. Where's your heart when you're thinking about that?
Exactly,
I think that's the point.
exactly.
Like, if you're just cutting off, like, oh yuck, I'm cutting you off. Or are you cutting yourself off because, like, really you're seeing it benefits both of you? So I feel like people, when you mention cut them off, they're like, yuck, ew, get on my life, I'm better than you, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not what life is about, man. Like, that's not what God is about.
I think now that you mentioned God and boundaries, I think if you will ask someone who is not of the faith what boundaries are, their point of view will be totally different from ours as
they'll
believers.
be like, it will be kind of like at a place of like, I'm special, I'm the star, call me Beyonce. Y'all need boundaries.
Take a billion to look like this.
I only need friends that are like Beyonce and nothing else. When you bring God, it's at a place of you are the servant. I am the servant, and all of your Beyonces.
And I think even Jesus had that,
yeah.
because when I looked through miracles he did, he never pushed the person too far.
He actually used to ask. Can you imagine? Like, he would actually ask,
do you want?
And even like when I think about it, can you talk about this? Do you think a girl and a guy can be best friends?
I honestly, I mean, I've seen girls who are more comfortable hanging out with boys.
Yeah.
And okay, for me personally, I used to have best friends when I was 7. I'm just kidding. Of course, I have friends now, but I wouldn't call them like, this is my best friend.
Yeah.
They're all friends.
Thank you. Let's stop there. I feel like the idea of best friends is very overrated.
It's too overrated,
Because
guys.
you can't tell me you have one person, just one, where you put all your everything to. I feel like I feel like for me, yes, I call people my, like, I do have best friends where like we're so close, because as like for me and you, the things like we really relate to a lot, and like you help me in a part of my life, but I'm sure you also have someone else, who so that idea of having that one best friend is not,
I think it's
I don't
also
know.
dangerous, if you ask me,
really
because
is.
I used to have so many friends, but I tend to give more attention to one, and then that person would leave. Like I had this one friend and we were really close, and I actually put all my, like, I will always like put off the other people, and then like put all my attention on her, invest all my time.
Hear somebody saying, I thought I was your best friend. Like, why am I not
I know,
invited to
and
your
you
wedding?
think
Like,
it's
why
a
am I
joke.
not? You know. Soon you're going to enter into that place where people are going to go for weddings and you won't
You
be
know,
part of that.
and you'll be like,
I thought I was the one.
what happened? I helped you on that test.
In our lives, there's so many like different dimensions of your life that you can't just put it on one person.
I think, like what you said, dimensions, now that I think of it, I think life is about seasons. And in every season, I think God always gives you the right people for that season. And it doesn't mean that just because you left this season, that in the new season you'll be in, that you should cut all these people away. You get, they will still be there, but I think you just remember them in a different way.
Exactly.
And they will still be like,
and that's okay.
And
like,
that's okay, guys. Don't feel guilty or feel like
I need to maintain all the people in my seasons and talk to all of them. And
my mom always encourages me to, like, you know, have few friends and not make my circle big, because it kind of like helps you as a human being.
It grows, like
it helps you grow, and also like your peace of mind, because you guys, do you manage 100 friends? Maybe I'm the lonely one. You never know. I'm the lonely one here. For me personally, I can have only like 6 close friends in my circle, and that's okay, and I have a blast.
That's true.
And I can find these other people like 15 or 20, and I wouldn't say it's just because of my personality, but
it's wise.
It's just a wise decision.
It's wise to have it's wise to have friends, a community, but it's also wise to keep friends, not one, but friends where you keep them. They might or might not know each other. You guys might be a group of best friends. You guys might be from different.
Because I also have friends, like I have those 6 friends, and I can have those 6 friends, and then I meet, like, I have many other friends, and I just love them the same. And now that you mentioned about best friends, I mean, if I can have many best friends, he can also be in the league. He can also be in the circle.
I do agree. Like, I remember, like, there's a time where on YouTube it was trending, like, can a guy have a best, can a guy and a guy be
I
best
remember.
friends? And for me, I was like, to be honest, which I said in my other videos, most of my friends were guys and are still guys around. Okay, now it's about to change. It's changing a bit because
why is it changing a bit?
it's changing because
I
actually had to sit down and tell myself this boundaries. When I found out about boundaries and everything, it kind of changed my perspective on having only guy friends. And I realized like girls kind of understand more than some things more than some guys.
And also, guys, emotional boundaries.
Thank you.
I think there are different kinds of boundaries.
That's why I wanted to
emotional boundaries.
So let me tell you, the things that us girls should know: what is for your husband, what is for your boyfriend.
Preach, my sister. Preach. Because some people need to hear that.
I feel like I wish I knew that earlier. I bet they're watching this and they're like,
they should all watch, but they
should.
Come and watch.
Guys, we shouldn't have
players.
But honestly, like I would give the privilege of my emotional self.
Yeah.
There's some things that I was supposed to give to my boyfriend and I was busy giving
to a friend. Exactly.
And I feel like it made our relationships, because it wasn't even one, like it made my relationships with guys kind of weird at some point. And like you would ask yourself, like, why is it that I feel so connected to this guy
in a certain different kind
It's
of
weird,
manner.
yeah. Like
It's a
you
weird
can't stop,
connection, but
yeah.
you can't stop.
But you've
and
given the
yeah,
title friend, so your body even is confused, your mind is confused,
Let me
emotional
tell
mentality.
you, story time.
There's this person.
Let's call him Peter. We got close. Actually, like it was sincere friendship.
Yeah.
Because I was always the diva. I was always around girls. I never had an issue with boys. Actually, on the other hand, I was listening to girls having issues with boys, and I never used to relate. Sadly, I think I used to also judge these girls differently, like my friends, because I never understood what it meant to have a guy as a friend.
Shock on you,
But
just
then there's
coming
a
on your
difference.
corridor.
There's a difference when how you relate to a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
And that I never really knew. So when I started actually like
Same.
relating
Same.
to guys, especially in my adolescence,
Yeah.
you know, it kind of like changed the perspective to see, oh, we can actually like struggle with A, B, C, and D as girls. And so I met Peter and we became friends. And then after some time, you know, things got deeper. And you know, I never used to open up as much. And now I'm not just opening up to Peter, I am opening up in a deeper perspective. And I don't really know what the
You
emotional
even find
boundary
yourself
is.
not telling your
Girls.
girlfriends and telling this person.
Right there. So that's why, let me tell you. So the problem started when the girl started noticing and hearing things from some of the guys.
Father God.
And so the girls were like, what are we hearing and who is Grace? Started noticing like, I can't stop talking to this guy.
Yeah.
Like all my attention is driven. And
it becomes honestly like, it becomes like
it's an idol.
obsession.
Yeah, an obsession.
I feel like it should be talked about that there is emotional boundaries that for girls are needed, because as we usually tell ourselves, oh, I'm guarding myself, I won't hug, I won't do what, but then you're busy.
Honestly, I see girls these days, like, I don't know, I can just look at a girl talking to a boy and I can really predict the chaos. Like, it's just sad. It breaks my heart because
do you know the guy, most guys, for them, they won't see it as like, it's not a conversation for them, because for them they're just talking, and you're giving your everything. So the guy is he's just listening. He's being your friend and everything, but you'll start having. That's where the weird
guys. But
coming.
I mean, God already gave us the will to be what we want to be, but He also made us emotional beings.
And take it for me, like these are two different. Like Grace was a diva. Me, I was a I wouldn't say tomboy.
She
but
saw it all.
I was a tomboy, and I was friends with boys my entire life. And I wouldn't like to and say, oh, all of them were weird. But I'd tell you, like at some point, because of not having emotional boundaries, even for the guy, it would either be me, I'd fall for the guy, or the guy would fall for me, because there was just not that boundary that was talked about in my life. That there are things that I don't tell this species. For me, it's not the boundary of information, but rather, if I'm going to tell you this as my friend, you are my friend, then I should tell Grace too, and I should tell everyone that's close.
So, with Peter, that was the problem. The issues on me, and I will have baggage on me.
And those
emotional baggage.